Hello students, welcome for my video series. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to study smarter and not harder. I'm Rakesh Chandra Mohan for Max Academy Mysore. And in this video, I'm going to tell you very briefly and a short and right technique how to study. Usually, I have observed most of the students ask me, sir, how to study? I'll tell you, students, in all schools and colleges, they'll teach you what to study, but they don't teach you how to study. Am I right? They'll teach you subjects, but they don't teach you how to study. Am I right? So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to study. But first thing, if you come across any strangers, they'll ask you one question. Student, what are you studying? You say, I'm studying in 8th standard. If you're studying in 8th, I'm studying in 10th standard. I'm studying in +1. I'm studying engineering. I'm studying medicine. Am I right? If you're studying in 10th standard, you will not say, I'm studying 10th standard, I'm reading 10th standard. Nobody will ask you, what are you reading? They'll ask you, what are you studying? So you have to understand the difference between reading and understanding. So what is studying? Studying is your ability to develop intelligence on the subject which you are learning or reading. Say, today you're studying something about optics. You're studying in reflection and refraction in optics. That means by studying, by analyzing the information you have gathered from a classroom and from a textbook, by analyzing it, you are developing intelligence on reflection and refraction. You're studying something about plants, or you're studying something about a leaf. So your teacher has taught you the color of the leaf is green because of chlorophyll. So you'll study all the parts of a leaf. You'll study about chlorophyll. What is the chlorophyll's function? So by studying it, you'll develop intelligence on the topic plant. So to study is nothing but analyzing the information, thinking critically. Your teacher has taught you something in classroom, or you read something in a textbook. What you have to do in home is you have to analyze that information. When you analyze that information in all possible angles, you'll gain deeper knowledge of the subject. And if asked any question on the topic, you can answer that. That is called intelligence. So the main purpose of studying is developing intelligence. Say, if you want to become a doctor, you have to study MBBS. So you say, I'm studying MBBS. So you're studying about anatomy, you're studying about physiology, you're studying about pharmacology, you're studying about medicines, right? So you're studying about anatomy, you study about all the bones of the human body. So what happens? You're developing the intelligence of the bones. Say if I go to a doctor and say, doctor, I'm having a lot of pain here. So doctor, just by touching and feeling here, he'll say, you have this problem. Why? Because the doctors acquired the knowledge of the bones. Just by touching and feeling, he can say you have this problem and he'll give a proper treatment for that. See, very simple. Simply, you cannot develop intelligence. And by birth, nobody is born intelligence. You develop intelligence by studying. Reading is a process where you gather the information from the book and you analyze that information and you develop intelligence on that topic. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how to study. So here I divided study skill into 3 parts. What to do before studying, what to do while studying, and what to do after studying. Dear students, I am going to introduce you a technique called PQ3R. This is a universal technique for studying any subject. It can be science, it can be maths, it can be social, it can be geography, history, or languages. So here, PQ stands for what to do before studying. And there are 3 R's are there. First 2 R's stands for what you have to do while you are studying. And the last R stands for what you have to do after studying. So let us take every day you sit at evening 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock for 2 hours for studying session. And morning 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, 2 hours study session. So you have to divide this 2 hour study session into 3 parts. Don't study the same topic. Don't study only science. Don't study only history. Don't do only mathematics. So these 2 hours you have to divide into 3 groups. 2 hours means 120 minutes. So keep 40 minutes for science, keep 40 minutes for mathematics, and keep 40 minutes for social studies. And morning 2 hours, spend 1 hour for languages and another 1 hour for revising. So evening is the right time for studying core subjects. Morning is the right time for learning languages and revision. So divide your time like this. I'm just taken 4 hours. It can be more than that or it can be less than that, depending on your syllabus and your age. So what to do before studying? PQ. P stands for pre-reading. Say today in your school, they have taught you a topic in biology about a particular plant. So you're studying about the types of plants. What are the parts of the plants? So leaves, roots, types of fruits, taproot system. So all these things you have studied in particular period in your school. When you come back home, take your textbook, read the topic again. After reading that, you don't have to read everything. Just go through that, what your teacher has taught you in your classroom, and just scan what are the topics you have to cover in that particular topic of plant. After that, it is called pre-reading, knowing what you have to study. Q stands for questioning. At the end of each chapter, there'll be questions will be there. 1 mark questions, 2 mark questions, 3 mark questions, fill up the blanks, match the following, give reasons. So see, read the questions, what type of questions they're going to ask you from that particular topic. For example, they may ask you, what is taproot system? 1 mark question. So what? You should just tell what is taproot or define. They may ask you define or explain or describe or illustrate. They may ask you the question. So understanding the question is very important. So before you study, you should have a clear knowledge of what topic you're going to cover in that one study session and what type of questions you have to answer after studying them. This is what to do before studying. Then what to do while studying? 2 R's. First R stands for read and analyze. Second R stands for instant revision. 2 R's. So first R is read and analyze. So in your school, your teacher has taught you a particular topic. Come back, read 1 sentence and analyze the topic. Then read another sentence, analyze the topic. So imagine you're reading a paragraph having 10 sentences. So each sentence you have to read and underline the keyword. Every sentence have 1 keyword and you have to underline that. I'll give an example of one definition, latent heat. So the definition goes like this. After understanding this, you have to analyze. I'll show you how to analyze. The amount, see, use the body language and picturize in your mind. The amount of heat required to convert solid into liquid without changing the molecular mass in the room temperature is called latent heat. Now you got an idea. You have divided this definition into 4 parts. Now you have read it, you have to analyze them. What is required? Amount of heat is required. Why? To convert what? Solid into liquid without changing molecular mass. Where? In the room temperature. It's called latent heat. You understood it and you have analyzed it. Now you revise. What is latent heat? Amount of heat required to convert solid into liquid without changing the molecular mass in the room temperature is called latent heat. You understood the topic, you understood the concept, you have revised it. Now this information is stored in your long-term memory. You will never forget it. They ask you define latent heat, you can define the latent heat very easily. This is what you should do while studying. Okay, read it, understand it, analyze it. After that, instant revision. Revise in your mind by visualizing. Okay, and what to do after studying? Recall by writing once. Recall by writing once. Always the first recalling should be practiced by writing. It can be 1-line answer, it can be a long answers or difficult answers or diagrams. Okay, take your rough notebook and write, define latent heat. Write the amount of heat required to convert solid into liquid without changing the molecular mass in the room temperature is called latent heat. Now, what you have done by writing it, you are training your mind, you're practicing, you're giving a training for your mind. In the exam, you're going to write the answer. You're not going to recall the answer from your mouth, right? You're going to write the answer in the exam. So by practicing writing, you're training your hand to your brain to recall that answer. Why do we forget answer in exam? Is because we don't know the technique of recalling the answers in the exam. So there are 2 types of recalling. One is oral recalling and another one is written recalling. Okay, so if your exam is written recalling, then you have to practice in home by written recalling. By practicing this technique daily, see 90% of your memory problems, forgetting problems can be solved very easily. And you can learn more information in less time. So let us revise this technique. PQ3R. what to do before studying, what to do while studying, and what to do after studying. Before studying, pre-read and ask the questions. While studying, read and analyze. After that, revise once from your mind. And what to do after studying? Recall once by writing. This is an excellent technique. This may look very simple for you, but if you observe all the top students, rankers, knowingly or unknowingly, they follow this method because this is a scientific way how your brain works. This is scientific way how you should study scientific and technical subjects like physics, chemistry, biology, biotechnology, computer science, mathematics, right? Same thing works for history, geography, economics, commerce subjects, diploma topics, engineering and medicine topics, law subjects, any subject. If you're studying from 5th standard to post-graduation, or if you're professional studying any difficult subjects, reference books, apply this method and see you'll never have to forget anything. And more important that if you apply this technique, you're going to develop intelligence on that particular topic. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to this video and share this video to as many friends as you have, so that even your friends can also make use of this. And this inspired me to make more and more videos. And I have got more videos, how to study physics, how to study chemistry, how to study biology, how to study mathematics. You can watch these videos later on. Have a nice time and enjoy studying.